Hey everyone, this is just gonna be a simple live stream. Gonna react to the preseason game kind of as it goes. I don't know if they do live feeds on ESPN for preseason games. We'll see. I haven't really been paying attention to that side of things. Uh, I don't know if the game has started technically yet, or if I can put it on. But if you're watching live, feel free to comment down below. I might even see if I can get other people on here to talk about the game. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. Must be hosted at the Rams then if JB Long is the one doing it. JB Long is so underrated. So underrated as a announcer. Does a really good job. I can't remember DeMarco Farr also does the radio cast with him. Guys, I live in Virginia, so I'm not necessarily gonna listen to the radio cast very often. I've listened to it once in 7-8 years. But all the calls I hear from JB Long, they all sound fantastic. Throwing workout by Stafford. That's fantastic news. I wonder if the X. Oh yeah, X is live. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see how Hunter does. That competition between Hunter and Quorum is very fascinating. That Quorum's going to be playing in this game, so we'll kind of see how that goes. Between those two in this game, uh, it'll also be interesting if Humphreys plays or not. I would imagine he doesn't, so it's probably going to be a lot of what will probably end up being a lot of practice squad linemen. Let's see. Lampkin is someone I'm definitely interested in seeing how he does in this game. I thought he was an underrated, undrafted free agent signing there. Let me get a roster because I will not know some of these undrafted guys. Brendan Presley, Bryn Covey. I'm interested to see how he plays in this game. If he plays as a wide receiver, because I think he's a little underrated as a wide receiver. That punt and kick return kind of competition will also be a little interesting. Okay, Whittington is not dressed. That's interesting. It kind of makes sense given the fact that he was taking Puka's snaps whenever Puka's out of camp. I think they really trust Whittington. I think his blocking only got better. He was always dynamic catching. And I said it all year, and I know some people got annoyed. I thought he played better than Cup majority of the year. And I thought he should have got snaps. That just me. Maybe I'm wrong. People who watch more tape and understand more. A lot of factors could have gone into why Cup stayed on the field, but I just felt every time I saw Whittington on the field versus Cup, it was Whittington was just a better player. That's just my opinion, though. So I think Bennett is another big open question. See how he does after one of the weirder dramas, you can say, up and down, in and out of the team. So we'll see how that goes. Bennett, I felt like his first preseason game, his rookie year, was solid, but every other one besides that has been somewhat of a struggle. So I'm hoping to see the growth that the coaching staff keeps on talking about. And, it is a little hard given the fact that he was in and out of the roster for basically year and a half almost. Who else? Nate Landman's not going to be in there. Tony Fields is someone I like picking up. I'm interested to see Tony Fields and Dolak. We've heard a lot of good things about Dolak, so hopefully Dolak is a contributor. I just feel like overall this linebacking core depth is the best we've had in years. It's not saying much; it's pretty low bar, but I just feel better generally about like that crew, top to bottom, outside of,
At apartments.com, we go above and beyond to make renting
uh,
easier on every
our
single
best
level.
friend,
There we go.
Troy
Giving renters
Reader.
detailed guides on a neighborhood level, apartment community level,
Oh, great! I'm
unit level,
getting ads on
allowing you to see the
ESPN.
exact unit that you're going to be living in. But
okay, that's what I want to see. Put that on for you beautiful people. Oh, hey Kevin, how are you doing, man? You looking forward to a taste of NFL football just to be disappointed when it's a 12-11 game? I love Rams preseason. It's always fun. It's 9-7 slugbaths or us just getting cooked. I mean, at least I think we won a preseason game last year, and we historically under McVay, we've been terrible in the preseason, which like who cares, but right. Okay. AJ Curie is in there. Got Stoops. I do like Stoops. We'll kind of see how he does. And Corum is getting the first drive at running back. Only 2 yards. I feel like this is probably one of the better overall depth charts we've had in a long time. So that naturally, or deep depth charts in a long time. So naturally, I kind of feel like this entire preseason roster is one of our better ones. So we'll see how they do against Dallas. I don't know if Dallas is starting their ones or not because I'm trying not. Oh, that's a good pass. Was that Brian Davis Allen? Okay. Yeah, Davis Allen, we liked a lot of flashes from him his rookie year. He just didn't materialize last year with all the tight end injuries. And I felt like he missed opportunity. If he continues to grow, like I think he'll be a good depth piece, but he could have really taken over that tight end room last year when Higbee got hurt. Good route by Muntfield. Nice curl. I think that was a curl. Might have been out. Offsides. Oh, wow. Cowboy already down. I'm going to have to, babysit this thing. Because ESPN just can't stop trying to show me ads. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so who else? Lampkin said him. I wonder if McCullough will end up playing a little bit. Josiah Stewart, I think, is playing, so I'm really excited to see Stewart. We have heard a lot of good things about his pressure in camp. So he's been more explosive, I think, than a lot of people give him credit coming out in the third. Yeah, third. I wish we could have seen Ferguson. Unfortunately, he's hurt. I think so. I swear I saw Drake Stoops out on the field, but ESPN is saying he's suspended. So I don't know what's up with that. Whatever that means. Limmer. I wonder if they have Limmer or Lampkin at middle. It's probably a Curry, Livingston, Quessenberry. Let's see. Yeah, Limmer is center. Keir Thomas. We'll see if he has continued growing a little bit. Dejuan Johnson. He's actually hopefully healthy this year. Ty Hamilton is also our D line is so good. I really think our second line D line is probably almost as good as the worst D line in league. Ooh, good cut. Yeah, you can definitely see the comparison between Corum and Kyron and why the coaching staff like the fact that if Kyron ever got hurt, in theory, you would hope you could do a lot of the same plays and play fakes and play actions with Corum. Oh, 5 wide with Bennett. Bennett's looked good throwing. In all fairness, he's on time, possession. Yeah, that already for the most part, this one drive, he's doing better. Yeah. I think he's looking a lot better than the last few preseasons, especially last two he played in. But we'll see if it continues. It's way more vanilla defense than regular season, so ooh. Did he get his collar? Yeah, LaFleur calling the plays. I can't tell who's on the right side. Ooh, deep ball. Mumfield was wide open. Wow. That would have been real nice. That is not a good check down. Not a good check down there by Bennett. Oh, going for it in 4th and 6. Preseason, I guess. Wow. Wow. X, man. X got it. That was a great route. Perfect throw. That's a really well done play. And he had someone else open too on the out. Okay, hands 1, 2. Yeah, you got it. You got it. He got that. X got it. Wow. Are we really challenging plays in the preseason? What? Wow. Mumfield looks really good, though. His routes have been really crisp. He should have had a touchdown. If that's Stafford, he touchdown. So that's going to be interesting too. Is can we get some deep balls with our outside guys? Because I'm trying to think. Like our longest play last year was the Cooper Kupp touchdown, and that was from the slot. So like, can we really do that now with like Devontae Adams and with a better run game, cause more loaded boxes? Hoping for those outside guys to get more opportunities, because that's something we really haven't seen since 21, and really, to be honest, the early part of 21. So, for the most part, is especially outside shots or deep shots to outside players. Puka has had a few, but most of those have been just like him mossing people. Mm. Yeah, let me go ahead and share this. Yeah, guys, comment in chat if you have any comments or like anything you guys are looking forward to seeing in this. Linus looks solid. To be fair, Bennett has been not holding it incredibly long, not as long as he has in the past few years. I'll be interested to see the actual like breakdown of the time of how long he's getting the ball out compared to previous years, because it feels faster. Now again, it's hard. Oh wow, that was almost a really good run. It's harder to judge because I really do think the depth of this preseason roster right now is a lot better than in years past. Night and day better. Like a lot outside of a few rookies, a lot of them have been like practice squad guys and fringe roster guys at most, outside of like a few rookies and punt returners and stuff like that. Where like Corn's going to make the roster, X is going to make the roster, Muntfield will, of course, the rookies. A Stetson keeper, interesting. Interesting. Stetson keeper. Yeah, that read option, he should not kept that. Straight in two defenders. Yeah, okay. Quisenberry is on the right tackle, I think. Are we gonna get that in the regular season with Stafford? Stafford keeper with the bad back? Yeah, Corm's got that. Really good run by Corm. Yeah, I know a lot of people want to give Limmer a lot of, trash for that playoff game. And don't get me wrong, like he had bad plays, but over the course of the season, I really did think he was a solid center. He wasn't perfect, but not as bad as people make him out to be. And I don't know, like I don't see much of an upgrade between him and Brian Allen. We'll see. I know Stafford prefers Brian Allen. Limmer snaps were definitely a problem early on, especially. But as the season went on, he got better, and the team chose Brian Allen as direction better. But I think Limmer could be a future solid center, especially if they keep on if they don't want to draft high for a center, because apparently they hate doing that. Yeah, really good drive by them. The 4th and 6, 30-yard heave, a little wild. Time to see this D-line. I want to see this D-line eat. I don't know if I can see any comments on Twitter, but if you guys want to, I'll go ahead and post a YouTube on Twitter. I'm a solo crew tonight, so forgive me. Normally, me and Zach are able to hand it off to each other. And if anyone wants to come on and just shoot the shit and talk about the team or the game, preseason game, this is just me sitting here giving random thoughts about what's going on. Okay. Man, this reffing crew is definitely being they're definitely calling stuff this game. Yeah. Great throw and catch, though, by X. Can't forget that. Okay, Okay. So interesting pass rush there. Not a lot of pressure late, but early on, the Cowboys backup O line, I think, pretty safe to say, did a solid job. So we'll see. Joe Milton, he's someone who showed flashes for the Patriots, I believe. Okay, that was a bad throw. I don't know what Milton was trying to do there. Dude wasn't even looking behind him. Okay. Okay. So repeating news, if you guys didn't hear, oh, almost got the pick. Who was that? Wallace. No, so if you guys haven't heard it Stafford was throwing in practice apparently today. So that's going to be something I think we're just going to be nervous about, like for the first half of the season. And any hit he takes, we're all going to be holding our breath, hoping it doesn't. He's played a lot hurt, and this is what I've kind of said on the podcast. And when people have asked me about it that aren't Rams fans, I'm not really overly worried about it. I mean, we have seen an injury that they said wasn't a big deal affect play, and that was in 22. So just got to hope that doesn't happen again. And we do have Jimmy G, which is a downgrade. A lot of things would have to go right for this team with Jimmy G for us to make a significant run, which is story Jimmy G's career, right? You have to have a lot to go right, and a lot of people around him have to carry the load. He isn't terrible, but he doesn't actively win you games, which has been really the knock on him. And we're back on offense. I think a pass to Quorum, or is that Hunter? I think that's Hunter. Let me check. 22. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's Hunter. So they're switching back and forth. Oh, really good run. Yeah, I'll be kind of interested to see how the Rams do this backfill between Corum, Hunter, and Kyron. Like, are they going to really try to spell out the workload, or are they going to do what McVay has done his entire career, which is really only operate a single back, with the exception of like 1 year, that being 23, or maybe that's 22, where we kept on going between a few guys. So it'll be a little interesting because Hunter does look explosive, and he was ripping runs against, I believe, the Cowboys ones. So if he can rip runs like that, and I would find it hard not to put him on the field and keep on going with like an 80-90% workload for Kyron, which if you're a fantasy owner, Kyron, you don't want to hear that, but yeah, like that's like a hard 5 yards that some other running backs like Ronnie, I guess Ronnie Rivers can do that sometimes, but most time like Ronnie Rivers gets stopped for like half a yard, maybe a yard there, and Hunter just bullies him. Ooh, bad penetration. Bad penetration on the left side there. Hunter isn't able to fight through it. That's one of those situations where you can definitely see where Kyron and Corm, especially Kyron, they're really good. They're really shifty. They're when you think they're dead to rights and people are breaking through the line, they shift to the left, shift to the right, and he just gets that hard 2 to 3 yards. Really good run out there by Bennett. Rams getting a little liney here, going for every 4th down in preseason. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. He could have thrown that too. Yeah, probably wouldn't have been a touchdown. Number 6, I think that's Stoops. That's a either Stoops or Presley, the guy who got penalty on last drive. A little bit of motion, no movement. Zone. Was that a drop? I think Smith dropped it. Oh, Montfield dropped it. That was a good route. He was wide open. Yeah, Montfield on these cuts. I need to pay more attention to him because I'm trying to do commentary and like a lot of stuff. Normally, I would pay attention to like one player and just zone on that one player, like probably per drive. So we can try to do that. I think Montfield is on the right side. And I can't see him. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I'm trying to watch it on a smaller screen, guys. So I apologize if I'm having to look at the roster every time. I think that's Presley. So it looks like Britton Covey is not playing, which is interesting. Xavier Smith is playing on offense. I wonder if they'll rotate like Covey in later, or if Covey won't just play at all. Interesting choice when undrafted guys. Oh, as soon as I say it, Covey catches a pass. Gotta love it. So he must have just come in. Number 10. Ooh, Covey rocking 10. Some people are going to be upset about that. Hard fought 3 yards there. Okay. Yeah, interesting series there for Hunter. A few really good yards. Cowboys D line looks like it's doing better on run stopping than at least pass rush. But our dropbacks are pretty far. Did he get tripped up? Yeah, might be. Xavier Smith probably scores the second touchdown. Wow. Yeah, who remembers Xavier Smith catching screens in like week 3 or 4 last year? That was fun. Nah, Bennett is struggling on these quick throws a little bit. It seems like he tends to throw them a little high. Yeah, I mean, the deep and mid-level throws here, Bennett has been as good as we have ever seen him, at least. The blocking, but Smith makes a lot out of nothing. Oh, a Curry, man, he went way too far deep. Really, really not great there by a Curry, but good moves by Smith to be able to get upfield. That's really impressive. And that's why Corum got drafted right there. Really good run there. Like Corum and Kyron, their contact balance in short yardage, it's so impressive. Especially for the NFL. Like most of these linebackers, they're just very sound with tackling, and those two, especially when able to get their legs underneath them and like grind, they can just get those touchdowns. But I think we talked about it a good amount on the podcast. Red zone was historically bad for this team. It was really bad. Or not historically. It was just bottom 10 of the NFL. And they forget that. We survived because our passing attack was top 10. We could move up and down the field, and this is something that I can talk about for a little bit. Because normally it's not as free flowing as this. Last year, we could move the ball at will, especially with slow drives, right? Slow drives, we could be methodical. We could take 8-9 minutes off the clock, go down, get to the red zone, and we just wouldn't be able to do anything after that. And that's why we struggled in games where we went down early, because just scoring early, that or getting scored on early and then asking this team to score quickly, last year they just couldn't do it. We didn't have a lot of explosives. Our explosive rate was pretty bad. Our explosive runs were even worse. And then you mix that together with getting in the red zone and not being able to score. Like, this team had to grind out wins or get up early and kind of close out games. We rarely went down and were able to kind of climb back into the game. Like you saw it in the Eagles game in the playoffs, but that's really the only game I can think of. Like Vikings, in the playoffs and in the regular season, we went up on them early. The Bills game, we went up on the Bills multiple possessions early, and we just kind of held on to them and were able to kind of dictate the pace of that game. So the question is, can this team be a little bit more dynamic and win in different ways? And I think we will have that ability. Like Hunter could definitely give us some long breakaway runs. Corum and Kyron, I'm confident those two guys will be good red zone touchdown makers like Kyron has been in the last 2 or 3 years. And then passing, Davante Adams, I think, is going to unlock a lot for this offense, where Cooper Kupp just hasn't been healthy or like elite, so to say, in the last 2 years. Ever since we got Puka, it just Kupp hasn't been what we've been used to in like 2021 and like half of 22. So it'll be interesting to see how dynamically this team can win games. Yeah, Cardi, Ethan Evans, both of them are perfectly fine. Ethan Evans is a very underrated punter. Um, Cardi, you definitely saw a growth there. Not a perfect kicker, but I think he can make some 50-yarders. So I'll be interested to see how Cardi does later in the season, or sorry, in this season compared to he struggled a little bit early on, but we talked about that when he came in, like rookie kickers. It's been weird in the NFL. You almost have had like rookie kickers struggle with their first team and always go to a second team for a long period of time in the NFL. And it's just recently you've gone some like first year kickers not completely do terrible. Okay, Sean Jolly with a really good tackle for loss on a screen. A slip screen? Oh no. Okay. Son Jolly has been fine depth. I mean, he's had slight flashes. I think he has played in a few games starting, and that should be a holding. Oh, I think that guy is undrafted. Jack Heflin. Okay, yeah. DeJohn Terry. Josh Parsi. They declined the penalty. Talking a lot, so I got to drink a lot of water. Underwhelming game so far by Milton. That is not a good pass, and that guy was open too. I mean, Milton, I think it was against starters for the Patriots in like week 16, 15. He had a good game. It was not bad. And the Patriots didn't have a lot going for them on their offense last year. Okay, we got a punt return. I think they got Covey in here. We'll see how he does. Didn't get a return. Gotta have fun. And the sad thing is, I think they reduced where you get the ball at by 5 yards. I think it's the 20 now. For fair catch, for punts, the Rams are going to still do fair catches. You guys aren't deterring Sean McVay from being safe. I love Sean McVay, but you want to talk about risk averse. That definition should have Sean McVay's picture in it. He's the most risk averse head coach in the NFL. And that, I mean, how can you blame him? It's worked out for him. The Rams have a winning record under him. I mean, for the most part, he goes for it when I agree when he should go for it and when he shouldn't. Let's see. You guys have any people impressing you so far that I haven't mentioned? Because let's see. It looks like left side of the line, Quessenberry and I think Dedich, they look like they're letting up the most pressure from when I've been paying attention to the O-line play. And Limmer's playing, not Lampkin. So Limmer, he's played against the real deal in the NFL. I don't think he should struggle much with the Cowboys' backup line. ESPN's just fighting me. Huh. Yeah, interesting comments and feedback from our poll that we did on the podcast channel about whether people would want to trade first round picks for a certain pass rusher. Man, Curry's he's probably struggling the most. He went too high on that screen. I don't know if he was meant to or not. That's the hard time about judging these guys when you don't know the play. Is like he could have very well been where he got told to or coached to, but I don't know. It just looks, from my point of view, he completely missed his blocking scheme for a screen. First and 17, that's far. Come on, Sean. Come on. It's the preseason. Why are we running on first and 17? I gotta love it. The team gets set back and we all know it. We're like, oh, here comes the screen. And oh man. I understand he doesn't want to put the young guy in a bad situation. But man, gotta let it fly sometimes. Preseason game too, who cares? What a throw. Shrewd. Yeah, Stoops. Really good. He's a good practice squad guy. Also had the out route, I think, open too on the left side of the field. It looks like this Cowboys DB, backup DB core, they're really struggling with our wide receivers right now because you see like two people open most plays at minimum. I think he tripped. Probably got tripped over by D-Ditch. Man, that X catch was pretty good. Good catch and throw. Let's see. Yeah, so Atwell is not playing. Whittington isn't playing. I don't think there's a competition that Mumfield is in. I'm pretty sure he's going to make the roster. So I'm guessing they're trying to decide between Cubby and Xavier Smith. And like the game Smith has had for the most part, I don't know. His familiarity with this team, I find it hard to believe like Covey's going to be able to crack the roster at this point. Not just with this game, just in general. Just like Xavier Smith has shown some capability to be able to play in regular season games against ones. And like he's been good as a punt and kick returner. Not like overly electric, but he's been good. Not Pharaoh Cooper, but yeah. As like I said, we don't return as much anyways. It's actually more rare than anything else. Just don't want Cooper Cup back there returning punts. Ugh, I did not like that. Just afraid of like some taking out Cooper Cup's knees because you see that every year. Punt kick returner just get blown up at least once or twice every season. True Edwards, he's listed as out. Mario Williams, I haven't even seen him. Probably second half player. I wonder if they'll keep Bennett all game or do what they did last year and put in Win. So I would assume they'll probably put in Dresser Win. And he had a solid year in the UFL. For anyone who watched that, he wasn't bad. I would have preferred bringing back Perkins over Win. I think Perkins showed that he should be on an NFL roster, at least as a third string quarterback. He's grown a good amount. Not perfect by any means, but like, do you really think Dresser Win is better? Because they both played in the same league, and this coaching staff has their favorites, like any workplace. So 3rd and 8, Stinson. Oh, wide open tight end. Oh, go for. I can't see downfield now. He had to throw that early, and I don't know if his progression was on the left side of the field or not. Cowboys finally got us off the field. Congrats. Hmm. Wow. What a punt. Lands at the 2, goes to the 6, I think. All right. Kicking, calling Gunner going out of bounds. Okay. All right. That was. Let's see if Ethan can do a good punt from the 20 now. I think 20. 35, maybe. I can't see the field diagram. You guys can see it, but on my screen, I got the game on my right side and the streaming stuff on the left. Okay. 15 yard, not terrible, but uh, we've actually had a good amount of penalties, and you don't normally see that from a Rams team. Right? Like, I think that's one of the biggest things and compliments that you hear other coaches when they get interviewed talk about the Rams is just how good mechanically we are with a lot of our players and just focusing on little details like not getting those offsides and not getting like certain holding calls or like silly technical like gunner running out of bounds. That's normally something you don't see with the McVay team. I guess the other ones like holding stuff is more like you see that sometimes. Have the Cowboys gotten the first down? I maybe I actually can't remember if the Cowboys actually got a first down or not. Well, they did just then, so. Mm. Ooh, great penetration there. I think that was Hamilton, 52. Probably got a holding, yeah. It might have been on Hamilton also. Yeah, guys, I'm really high on this D line. Uh, I really think you're talking about top five D line, if not like number one depth wise, especially if like Josiah Stewart, which I have not seen Josiah Stewart, so I'm not sure if he's playing or not. I I really can't 41. It is I'm like a genie because every time I'm like, I haven't seen a player make a play yet. It, third time in the stream, so I'll just keep on saying names, and so they can have their moment. That really good rush. I didn't know if he was getting snaps or not. Good 101 against the right tackle, just obliterated him. Really this D line, guys, like if Stewart hits, even if we don't trade, which maybe we can talk about that a little bit because I know some fans don't see the need. I personally think you go for Super Bowl anytime you have an open window. That's my personal belief because there have been fan bases that have never seen Super Bowl and will never see Super Bowl, right? Or like when they're alive. So if you have the window to get one, like push all your chips in. It's the hardest thing to win in sports. It really is. And if you can get Micah a elite level talent, I think it's worth trading away a maybe a question mark at quarterback. You don't even know if a good quarterback will be where the Rams could pick. Even if you trade up, you might not be able to get one. Like they might just always pick one. And like regardless of who's there. And I know there's a popular name or two, but for the most part, like quarterbacks can be a crapshoot. I mean, look at the Bears. I know we're not the same organization, and I would have more. I would definitely expect the Rams to be able to, especially now, like identify and pick a quarterback that they think will be like a game changer for the franchise. But we might be in a situation where even good breakup, uh, late pressure by the Rams there, but good breakup. But like I was saying, we might be in a situation where Sean McVay doesn't want to coach a rookie. I don't necessarily think that's true, but I think he's someone who might just prefer working with vets long term. Who knows? He hasn't really talked to that, at least from what I've heard. So, what does the Rams look like after Stafford? That's a good question, and it's awesome we have 2 picks in the first round. But like I said, or if we have another season like last year, we do as good, we win a playoff game, and we lose again in the divisional or in the NFC Championship, are you still going to be as happy to have that first round pick? Right? That's a personal like preference, and I know trading and getting Micah doesn't necessarily mean we'll definitely win a Super Bowl. So, what just happened? Is it because he kind of ran into him, and then a flag against the official? Okay, that's interesting choice there. Ooh. Wallace is having a good game. Really good wrap up tackles. Are you kidding me? You're calling unsportsmanlike conduct in a preseason game? Uh, I haven't seen them do that yet in the game. I definitely think that's something where maybe the ref should have told him to not do it again. If he did do it previously in the game, then yeah, it's right to flag him there. I get that, but I think in a preseason game, if you're not like warning guys, especially new to the league, like, hey man, you can't do that or that's a penalty. Like just throwing a flag that quickly. I mean, by the rule book, it is taunting. So, but this our defense is really like outside of like a few broken plays, like Dallas can't do anything. Yeah, is that Wallace on a corner blitz? Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, and they're talking about it right now in the actual commentary for the game. The linebackers are doing a good job. I can't believe I said that about the Rams team, even in the preseason. How many flags have there been? This is ridiculous for a preseason game. That's not PI. He didn't get held. He ran into the DB. That's well, this is a donated drive by the Zebras, apparently, in the preseason. Oh man, the refs calling soft calls in the preseason. You really do see it all as like a Rams fan. Just like the double punt that was illegal but somehow worked for the Seahawks. Some stuff I'm just like, I I don't get how like other teams get away with the weird stuff against us. Not that like anything super weird has happened in this. Oh, another flag. I love watching preseason games that like go on for extra 30 minutes. Man, this ref crew is earning their paychecks. Earning their paychecks for this preseason game. I mean, I don't mind the procedural ones. It just calling the hold or like the PI, the soft PI, the PIs where they're running into them, especially in a preseason game. Like regular season games, it's annoying and probably that would have been a pick six. But like in the regular season, I think my biggest issue is like the inconsistency between games of reffing officials and like how much contact, little contact you can have. And it's just irritating that like one game you can see players getting bodied and then the other like it's a flag city whenever someone is just like touched or looked at, right? So definitely imperfect system and very annoying. Oh, look, Dallas doing the Sean McVay, let's run at third and forever. Kind of worked. Yeah, Wallace is definitely on defense. Outside of D line on the secondary, he's he's had one of the better games, and you could say the linebackers too. They're not giving up a lot of easy stuff underneath or over in the middle, which I know Reader's there, but Reader going against third and string, at least he can do good against third string players. I'll put it that way. I wonder, is Chris Paul playing at all? I haven't seen Chris Paul. Hopefully he has like a pick six since I said his name because that's happened 3 times. Ooh, 13 or 14-3 Rams. And the only good series so far by the Cowboys offense was some semi-questionable flags and two like a good run. Milton had a good run in there. I don't think they have connected on a pass that's further than like 10 yards. Let me look since it's on commercial, actually. Right. Which is kind of a testament to at least the depth right now of the DB core so far with how they've been playing. 4 yards is the Cowboys' passing stats. That is bad. Oh my gosh. And people are clowning Bennett for, I think he like had one game where he had 100 yards or something, 70 yards. 4 yards. Not good. Not good. Yeah. Let's see. Who is playing as safety? Wallace. They have Wallace listed as nickelback. Full safety. Ingle, I think, is in right now as full safety. Haven't seen a lot of action from him, but they haven't really been able to throw. So credit to Stewart and the boys up in the front. Doing a good job. Oh yeah, let me do that. Can I make that bigger? That is a lot better. Okay. Is that Corm returning a kick? Maybe I saw that, but I'm pretty sure Corm just returned a kick. I really wish we could have saw Ferguson. That would have been really nice. I think he's going to be a big part of also fixing our red zone. Is him and Higbee being healthy, being able to like relieve, being able to throw in the middle of the defense in the red zone. The Rams just going to have so many red zone threats in years past, at least in the last 2 years. Because our red zone percentage, scoring-wise, I believe is 26th in the NFL. That's how bad we were, guys. And it was more passing than throwing, but what the heck? Did he just trip backwards? Okay. Don't see that every day. We can do a fake tripping play now, McVay. You send the Cowboys defense up, just like the Lions. McVay would be evil if he did a fake tripping play in the preseason. Jeez. Third in forever. And a check down. Lovely. This is normal Rams preseason football I've come to love. This is what I expected to be watching all night. I guess you got to give the punter some reps. Dude, he is a monster. 80-yard punt, man. If you guys want to come on and talk, comment down below. Comment on the X stream. I'll shoot whoever wants to join and give me a little bit of their thoughts of the game so far, of the team in general. I am happy it's a semi-watchable game in comparison standard to other preseason games we have had to sadly endure. The last 3 drives have been really weird for the most part, but wouldn't mind having someone on and talking about it. Let's see. Got Bennett just falling over. Gotta love it. Oh, interesting thing about the depth chart. Jordan Whittington is listed initially as the kick returner. That's why Corm was out there kick returning. Interesting. So I guess they just plan on having a touchback every kick return 90% of the time. Josiah, man. And I know, like, people dogged him because he was undersized, but I always liked his tape from Michigan because he was always around the ball. Whether or not he's explosive enough for the NFL, like, we'll see. But I felt like he always had good instincts at Michigan. Personally, I don't watch nearly as much college ball as I need to. I need to watch more. I just only have so much time in the day. For the most part, I watch South Carolina and maybe extra 2 or 3 games on Saturday, depending how free I am and stuff. I try to keep my free days for Sunday. Wow, that's the first time Dallas has passed beyond 3 yards in the entire game. Right, I guess they might have completed one in the last drive. I think they had a screen too. But a real pass. We'll call that a real pass, the first real pass. It just looks like our D line is doing a great job of collapsing that line in on itself. Yeah, announcers doing a good job of talking about like the big trend right now the Rams are currently on of like going after people who keep on transferring up, like from JUCO to small program to big program, and they're seeing success doing that. I think Byron Young was that case. Of course, Jared Verse. I don't think Fisk was, but I might be wrong. about that one. But you can see with a lot of these players, uh, sometimes they're older and undervalued by the overall NFL. I think the Rams, for the most part, really like the more mature guys that can fit in their culture, that they see like really good potential out of, that might be written off because of like some league stigmas, whether those stigmas are right or wrong. Like, okay, this is actually a really good drive by the Cowboys right now. Yeah, they're going tempo. When did Dallas use their timeouts? I don't even remember that. Yeah, no one from the Cowboys so far has really flashed. Um, you could say Milton is getting a little bit more settled in. Their running back has made. I think he's doing decent considering like the quality of our line, to be honest. Two minute warning, guys. 3-14. Cowboys driving. Rams a few explosive plays early on. Bennett throwing very well early on. Everything kind of clicking together. Uh, Third drive was kind of mess with penalties. And then last drive, uh, maybe you can see the Cowboys defense settling in a little bit more. Seems like the Cowboys wide receivers were getting, or sorry, the Rams wide receivers weren't getting as much separation. Now they could be rotating out a lot of the wide receivers. I can't really see who's rotating in and out clearly, just because trying to commentate and do everything at the same time. But if it's the same crew that's been playing the full first half, yeah, maybe last drive is just Cowboys getting a little bit more pressure and Bennett not being able to handle that, kind of only needing a clean pocket. I think that's an underrated value of Stafford that people don't realize. Like, his play doesn't drop off significantly when he's getting pressured. If anything, like, he plays the same amount, if not slightly better, when he's getting blitzed and pressured. And that can put the defenses in a bind, especially like coverage wise, and make it very risky. Like, some of our most explosive plays were against the blitz. The Cooper Cup 60-yard touchdown I mentioned earlier against the blitz. And he caught that on the slant too. Milton now has 50 yards passing, guys. 50 yards. let's see. Can this Rams defense stop a other touchdown? Really good play there by. Oh man, I don't want to try to pronounce that. Val. I'll just say Val. I'm not going to butcher that name. Uh, by Val. A really good play there to stop him short. Haven't seen much out of Ty Hamilton yet, or Tyler Davis. I don't know if Tyler Davis is out there. I would assume he is, but maybe they're just focusing on the run, those two, and they're not getting pushed up a lot. To be fair, the Cowboys haven't been able to really pass much. Uh, yeah, it's been a fun game so far, guys. Surprisingly more entertaining than normal. Oh my gosh. A Jaguars kicker just scored a 70-yard field goal. Wow. Wow. Where's that even from? Is that from the that's from the other side of the field? That is redonkulous. I don't know. 70 yards. Good on him. That's in the Jags versus Steelers preseason game at the end of the second. So that's from their own 40-yard line, I think. Maybe like 45 or something. Oh, they put in Ty Hamilton now. Dolak, Stewart is in there too. Maybe Hamilton was already in there. Tush push? No, just a QB sneak. It looked like he got it. They have the new digital measuring. That looks like a first down. It looked like a first down to me, to be honest. Yeah, just throw challenge. I mean, why not? Okay. I was like, why we just I think they still get the timeout back. Oh, Oh, his knee went down. Yeah, his knee went down a little earlier. What? That's a good stop if they turn it over. It looked on live, at least on the live broadcast, like he got it from the side. Oh, apparently he did get it. Bad throw. Good pressure. Maybe a corner blitz? Bad screen protection there by Glass. Yeah, there's our Chris Paul Jr. sighting. So it looks like they brought out Troy Reader, our boy Troy Reader, fan base favorite. I know you guys love yourselves some Troy Reader out there. Oh. I think that was Heflin that missed the initial tackle. Heflin, 93. Are they really going to kick a field goal? Wait. So you're still going to go for it with 3 seconds left. Are they going for it or are they kicking? Wait. It is 4th down. I still think you should have just tried to quick run it because the Rams not going to get anything off in that time. Quick run it. If you get the first down, use your timeout. What? They're kicking a field goal. Okay. Giving one of the best kickers in the league, practice at chip shots. Okay. Better snaps, I think, going forward on 4th, personally, but I'm not an NFL head coach. Oh, it was CeeDee Lamb that got penalized for a flag on an official. What did he do? Oh, he was on the sideline and a ref ran into him. Oh my gosh. That's weird. Yeah. CeeDee Lamb just standing in front of officials. So officials don't review it. I am.
You're still live streaming?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. You want me to say hi?
Yeah, you can come in. It's preseason. No one cares.
Is there anybody on there?
Yeah. Got like 80, 70.
Oh, well, I don't have. Hey, everybody.
My beautiful wife. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah, CD Lamb. Getting ran into. Let's see. Trying to see if I can see any other interesting tidbits. Blake Corum has looked really good in the red zone. Historically, really good season. Last season in college football with TDs and red zone. He was always going to be really good at that. I think Hunter they've been rotating them in and out. Corum has looked better. Hunter had one really good run. Yes. Adrian, I definitely agree that Bennett looks a lot better. He looks more comfortable. You don't see happy feet. That's a big way to tell, like, if someone is just gonna like be nervous and make a quick mistake. You saw that with Goff, especially under pressure. But no happy feet from him as much. Not a perfect game by any means, but he's had some really good balls. He missed Mumpfield for a wide open touchdown, but that could also been on Mumpfield. I know they said that maybe like they got confused with the route. Who knows? We don't know the play. So it's possible he threw a good ball and Mumpfield just didn't run the right route. But either way, like Mumpfield ran a great route and Bennett got it down the field and it was like good timing. It just wasn't perfect positioning. So I definitely agree. Like Bennett looks more like a third or like second level QB in the NFL. You know, this coaching staff loves them some Reader. This man, I don't know what blackmail he has on the coaching staff. I don't know if he has someone hostage in the staff, like in his basement, but I will be fair to Troy Reader. He's had moments where you can see what the coaching staff sees, especially in run defense. He's more solid. He just tight ends abuse him. Tight ends, running backs, anywhere in coverage, he's just getting abused. And Dolak looks solid in a preseason game. Let's always give that caveat. I want every player on this team to succeed. I would love for all of them to make the roster. These are really young guys' dream that they're getting to live out, and some of them, this is their only chance. So at least they're getting tape. So that's the good thing about this opportunity for a lot of these guys. And I just hope they all succeed and get their dreams. I know that's not realistic. They're not all going to get that. But for at least this performance, it's been a pretty impressive preseason performance. Dolak has been good. I think Wallace has been good. You got to give a shout out to Corum. He's been really good in the red zone. Hasn't really been able to rip long runs. Hunter's had 2 solid runs. Wide receiving wise, X is, standing out, especially against this preseason level talent. Mumpfield, too. Mumpfield, I don't know if he got taken off the field yet. Mumpfield, his cuts have been really great. So his routes and his like route stem, it's Cooper Cup-esque, where Cup wouldn't necessarily win with his get up or get off most of the time, but he would win at the like stem of his route tree. So he's winning there against this level of talent. So that's really, really good. So impressive stuff from him. Hopefully we get to see more of him in the second half. At least I would like to see more in Montfield. Let's be fair to Joe Milton in the sense that he's not playing with the best wide receiver cast around him. His O-line is struggling. He's getting constant pressure. We're not getting a lot of sacks, but we are getting constant like quarterback hits, quarterback pressures. He's getting harassed. And until the last drive, or like maybe drive and a half, they haven't been able to run. So it's been completely on him. It's fully, I would say if he continues this for the rest of the preseason, if you're a Cowboys fan, I would be worried. But sometimes these young guys take a little bit to like grow into the NFL game longer than we would like. Especially quarterbacks. Quarterbacks don't get a lot of patience in the NFL. Most teams don't give quarterbacks patience and don't allow them to grow. So it's an important position. You want to make sure you have good depth there. And some teams just move off a guy before he could really realize his full potential, right? So Milton has put a lot of good things on tape in the regular season for like a game or a half. We'll see how he does for the rest of the preseason. It's kind of how I would say it would have been worthwhile as a third quarterback to have Joe Milton. At least give him that shot. That's why I would like, especially fourth quarterback, right? I think Bennett gives you a lot of promise as like a pocket QB, because like he had moments in college where he was very accurate and could throw like short in the intermediate very well. He struggled because I watch mostly South Carolina and Georgia college. He struggled with deep balls. He really did. And we saw this game, him miss a deep ball. You kind of saw that a good amount in college. And, you hope, because I was advocating for the Rams get him in the 7th round. I thought he would be a value in the 7th round as like a dart throw. We got him in the 4th. Weird stuff happened, and he's now at least showing people he can be like a QB3 at minimum, like a good practice squad quarterback. And hopefully he continues growing. He has struggled with checkdowns in this game and that deep throw. But besides that, he's been very good. Checkdowns weirdly, like, just not throwing them well. Drink some water here. Who do I want to see on the second half? I would like to see more Chris Paul Jr. I wouldn't mind seeing Tony Fields. because I think we got him from the Steelers. I don't remember if Steelers cut him or if we got him from their practice squad. But I like Tony Fields and like some of his tape when I was looking at him when he was coming out of draft. Tyler Davis. I don't know if Tyler Davis is playing. Laurel Murchison. They really liked Laurel in the past, so I don't know if he's playing or if he will play. Dejuan Johnson. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of him. Darian Kendrick. I don't know if he's healthy, but if he is healthy, I haven't seen him on the field, and that's a little alarming for him if he's not playing right now. So that kind of tells me he's on the chopping block if he's not playing right now and if he plays in the second half. I don't know if that injury took a lot out of him or not. Willie Lampkin, I'm definitely interested to see how good he does. Who else? Maybe we already know what we got in Ronnie Rivers. I don't really need to see more of Ronnie Rivers. Might as well keep Hunter and see if he can kind of warm up. It's hard, not the best O-line in preseason. Yeah, like Tony Fields, it takes time to get onboarded and learn a playbook, so I kind of understand how he got added late and never was able to fully get on the field in a regular season game. But people forgot we added him, and I was really happy when we did. I thought he was good. That's why I say from top bottom, outside of, the one linebacker that everyone loves, their favorite, who's been here forever. Outside of him, this depth, like, on the surface, isn't the worst. Like, we're used to having atrocious linebacker play in the Sean McVay era, outside of Ernest Jones. Like, we had Corey Littleton for, I think, 2 years. You could say good, but the overall depth of the linebacker core has always been atrocious outside of one good player. Or like even some years for 3 or 4, it was just non-existent. And you got to give credit to Omar Spates. Like, he can tackle in coverage, he's solid. And just overall just better. I think the problem with like people like Roseboom and Reader they're good rotational pieces at doing a specific thing when you're really certain a team is going to do a specific play. And then when they don't, when you put when you put Roseboom better overall than Troy Reader, but when you put Troy Reader in and you're expecting them to run and they like throw a screen on his side or he like gets passed over and they do a play action, that's when we've seen him get killed. And outside of that role, that specific role in the defense, he can't really hold his own. And the rest of the defense has to either make up for that or try to cut. Like, literally in 2020, we were doing our best to hide this man out of plays and force offenses to go the other direction from him. And he had a few decent games, but that type of limitation, it really hamstrings your defense. It makes it where, like, you almost have a player where the offense doesn't have to worry about in most situations. So, yeah, I'm a lot happier with this linebacking depth than like we've had in a long time. Nope. Pleased with the play of the O-line in the first half. Yeah. So I'll first touch on the O-line and then talk about Stoops, because I was high on Stoops last year, preseason wise. Yeah, the O-line, I think I mentioned earlier, the only one who has struggled for the most part consistently was AJ Curry. Oh, he almost got him. Almost got a sack there. Interception? Oh, yeah. I think he was touchdown. 83. I can't see who 83 is. Lampkin. Not the O lineman Lampkin. That would be crazy at safety. I want to. I don't think Lampkin. ESPN must have an older roster. Sorry, guys. ESPN has an older roster because I don't have Lampkin. I think that's Cam Lampkin. I believe he was on our practice squad last year a little bit. Yeah, really good play by safety there. Or it might have been a cornerback. But going back to the O-line, yeah, outside of AJ Curry, I think they have all played very good. Now, granted, let me look up this Cowboys D-line. Because, be honest, I cannot think of any, current, because they got rid of Van Der Esch, and not saying he would be playing here. Let's see. Okay, we got Mozzie Smith. I'll try to read the second string and assume none of them are playing. They still have Dante Fowler, Ernest Brown the fourth, Solomon Thomas, Jay Toa, Tyrus Wheat, Peyton Turner, Perion Winfrey, James Houston. I think I recognize James Houston. We know Ernest. He's solid depth. He's probably playing right now. Haven't noticed him, but Donovan Izuruke, I think he had good reports out of camp, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Denzel Daxon. So a lot of unknown names. And yeah, I don't know how good that depth is over there, so take it with a grain of salt. But if they perform like this the whole preseason, you got to be kind of happy with the O-line depth. To be fair, I've been kind of happy with the O-line depth last 2 or 3 years, and it has not worked out whenever these guys get hurt because it's been a rotating door. And I think, I can't remember who it was on Rams Twitter, but someone posted a graphic. It might have been Stu Jackson, actually, the Rams reporter. But the difference between how the Rams perform, good and bad, each season, heavily tied to, outside of last year, heavily tied to how many consistent starters we have on the O-line. And every year, outside of last year, we have not made the playoffs when we had more than a certain percentage of rotation on the O-line. So it's very key. Sometimes you can't control that, right? Health, I mean, people getting hurt. But I'm happy having a backup like DJ Humphries. I don't think he's a great starter, but it kind of in that no boom level, not a great starter, but as a spot starter, you're not worried he'll completely get cooked consistently, right? Where we've had people in the past just struggle tremendously when they come in. Dedich has been solid. Limmer has looked good. The right side, McMahon and McClendon Jr. have been really good. Now we can talk about McClendon. McClendon Jr. because he got some starts in the regular season and really struggled. Really struggled. I think it's 2 games that Havenstein was out. And in preseason, again, take it with a grain of salt. Looking solid, looking good. Most of the pressure has been on the left side. Okay, we got it to Presley. Presley, number 81, wide receiver. Good pass. Stoops. Real quickly, I think Stoops is a perfect type of practice squad player. I think he has. Oh man, McVay has like a weird grin, evil grin there. Stoops, really good like project type wide receiver. I liked his cuts. I think he came out of Oklahoma. I was very high on him necessarily as like a dart throw. Oh, did he catch that? I think he caught it and then like gave it to the safety. Now it might be pass interference if the safety didn't turn his head, but I can't tell. That was a good throw. It should have been a catch. I think he just donated the ball to the safety there. Wow. Can we get a replay of that, please? No. Okay. Oh, apparently Mumpfield. That was Mumpfield. Yeah, he just like I would like to see a replay what happened there. At least live. It looked like he caught it and it bobbled a little bit and the DB took it. Is what I'm assuming happened there. It does not it didn't look like to me on live the DB turned his head around and he initiated contact early, but maybe I didn't see it clearly. Again, like my screen isn't as big because I'm trying to manage everything going on. So, how are you guys liking the stream? This first time we've done this in a while. Having fun. Weird preseason game, but it's better than just terrible preseason game. So I'll take it. Better than like Bennett being unable to pass like further than 8 yards, and our running backs like watching Ronnie Rivers like have to do 7-yard chunk runs every so often just to punt it. Let's see. Probably gonna see Mario Williams. That dude is throwing rockets to no one. Buddy is just throwing wide open, or not wide open, opposite. Oh. Who got hurt? My stream kind of glitched out there. I can't see who went out. I'm definitely seeing these tackles of the Cowboys pushing out. At least the edge rushers rushing right now. They're doing a little bit better than early in the game. Darian Kendrick is going off the field. What is going on there? I need to turn on the volume. Darian Kendrick playing in the second half of a preseason game is not a good sign for him. Oof. Presley muffing a punt. Not good. Come on, guys. Let's get it together. We've had a good first half. Missed a few big plays. We definitely got it. We let's bring it down a little bit. Missed a few big passes. You got this, Bennett. You've been playing good, playing accurate. Mumfield, you got this. Don't give away the ball this time. Yeah, impressed with Bennett's accuracy. I definitely see why the coaching staff has been saying like he's improved a good amount. I don't think anyone can deny this is by far the best game we've seen him play. Even the good preseason game he had earlier, either it was game 1 at 23 or it was the first game of his rookie year. But either way, like he's had one or two good games, but they were nowhere near this level, like competent throws, executing well-timed routes. Yeah, it just overall like a great improvement from years past. So it makes you feel a little bit better. Like it'll be a disaster versus just the entire thing collapsing in on itself if he ever got in on the regular season. You'd be like, oh, okay, we have a hope of winning versus like we ain't winning nothing. Just like that Broncos game when we had that was Bryce Perkins. No, I don't think that was Bryce Perkins actually. I can't remember. Because I thought we like when Bryce Perkins started those, I think it's 2 games. I didn't expect much, but you know, it wasn't completely unwatchable. It just wasn't fun. That's all I'm asking for is just don't make it where like it's 3 and out every drive. Make it where it's 3 and out every other drive. Quinn Lake apparently was dominating the Cowboys in the scrimmage against the Cowboys. I think they said he had 3 picks. Of course, Brian Schottenheimer was like, "Oh, we'll be fine in the regular season. This is all of our vanilla stuff." Yeah, fair enough, but outside of, I think they said outside of Pickens and CD, no one was doing anything for the Cowboys. Just their running backs were stuffed. Really big pickup. They're picking up Puna Ford. Apparently, he was a monster in the middle of the defense. And our offense was just scoring everywhere. I think each running back had a touchdown, a long touchdown. Puka had 2 touchdowns, and I think Devontae had 3. Maybe someone has better stats on that scrimmage, but so it kind of remains, and I think we have a run here by Hunter. Oh, really good run. It looks like Hunter is losing out the corn, but we'll see if they put corn back in. They still have Covey in. It looks like they're rotating Covey and Stoops. Oh, nice little handoff. Is that Presley? Nice little. I wonder what that's considered. If that's a jet sweep, technically. That was a neat little play formation. I could see Puka getting that a little bit in the regular season. I like how other coaches like, oh yeah, we do vanilla stuff, and McVay is just like throwing around like toy motion plays. I don't think McVay is like trying heavily hard, but he's definitely not in his bag, so to say, right? I don't think. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me look at the stats of everyone. Do a little stat update for everyone watching, and thank you guys for watching. We might end up doing more of this. Didn't know if we would have a lot of interest, but we do, and appreciate you guys watching and chilling along with this thrilling preseason game that I'm sure will come down to the end. So, player stats. I'll do the Rams first. Bennett has gone 11 for 18, 121. I think 2 drops in there, potentially 3. So solid day by Bennett. Rushing 9 carries for 32 yards for Blake Corum, 2 touchdowns. Jarquez Hunter 8 carries for 30 yards, both practically identical. Even though I think Hunter has come more like chunk plays. Oh, great, more flags. That's what I see. Xavier Smith leading our receiving with 55 yards, 3 receptions. Stoops with 2 receptions at 28 yards. Davis Allen with 2 receptions at 17 yards, which I think Davis Allen isn't even in the game anymore. Either that or I just don't see him. Oh, Lampkin's in. Willie Lampkin. Yeah. Okay. And then a bunch of other people with like 5-yard, 1 receptions. Defense. Little stat update. Sean Jolly with 3 tackles. No assist. Sean Dolak with 2 tackles, 2 assists. Really good day for Dolak. Jack Heflin, 2 tackles. Cam Lampkin, 2 tackles and an interception. So really good day for Cam. Oh my gosh. What a tip drill. Mumfield, like outside of that interception, been really good. And we've heard from camp, the coaching staff thinks they found a really good gym, right? Back to the stats, Nate Val, I'll just say Val, I don't want to even try to pronounce that. 1 tackle, 3 assists. I think he's at safety too. And then Josh Wallace, 1 tackle, 1 assist. He's had a few things called back though. And Tanner Engel, 1 tackle, 2 assists. So that's your stat update for preseason week 1. Good stuff. Good stuff from some of these young guys. 2nd and 14, I did not see what happened. So I'm assuming it was probably like a screen that was tackled, or they just got her running back in the backfield. Man, some of these wide receivers getting the dropsies. Mario Williams is the one who did not catch that. It was a little fast, so it's kind of hard to say. Like, you don't want to throw that slow and get like undercut and intercepted. So you do want a good bit of velocity there. I mean, he had an opportunity to catch it. It probably wouldn't have been easy. Practice reps for the kicker. Man, you guys thought we were going to have a fun, high-scoring preseason game. Joke's on you. McVay got y'all. Does he have 2 different colored cleats? Yeah. I'm not gonna question the swag. Good play. Yeah. Okay, let's I don't think Josiah Stewart's gonna be in the game anymore, guys. Sadly. Oh yeah, let me quickly mention Michael Brockers also doing the play-by-play, I think, or broadcasting with Long. Haven't really been listening to him intensely, doing my own talking, yapping. But Brockers really solid, good depth player around Aaron Donald. Loved his attitude, very fierce. And yeah, I'm happy to see he's trying to get him broadcasting, hopefully. I've only heard snippets. It sounded good from the snippets I've heard, but I haven't been actively listening to it. So you guys will have to tell me how he's doing. Apparently, Nate Landman doing really good too in practice. It seemed like Falcon fans were very split on him, but we'll see. I wonder how different the defensive system last year was from Morse versus what we have now, right? Kind of be interesting how easy it is for him to transition defensively. Mm. Yeah. Soup texting us first game jitters for Mumpfield. And yeah, I agree. I understand. He's played great. I mean, he's had a good amount of catches and like impressive catches too. I think he'll have a good amount of. Mumpfield looks like he will have a role on this team for the future. Mm, it looks like a lot of their passes, they're just getting trying to get around the pressure. Oh, Tony Fields with a really good tackle there. My boy Tony showing out. And I can't understate how much too, like how if we get just average linebacker play, how much that will elevate this team. Because we were just murdered constantly and constantly by tight ends. I think we were like seventh most for giving up yards to tight ends. Definitely bottom 10. Oh, Green with a really good pass breakup. Good tail or trail technique there. A little bit of hands. A little handsy. But outside of that, that was a good pass breakup. He kept up with them. Oh, 4th and 3. We'll see if they get off field. Oh, pressure. Hold. That should be a hold. Yeah, Muhammad. That was really great pressure by Muhammad right there. I think it's Muhammad. I'm probably butchering that name too. Yeah, that is a hold. Bad ball placement by bad ball placement by Milton there running out of bounds. Really good pass. Is that Stoops? Covey. Yeah, talking what Adrian was saying earlier, like pass protection wise, I think the line overall has been very decent. It looks like they moved AJ Curry to the right side, so right tackle. They have Livingston as a left tackle now. So maybe that's helped Curry a little bit. I just noticed that. Oh, that was a really bad snap. Almost went over his head. Good catch by Bennett. Oh, good blocking. That was a good run by Rivers. Great blocking. That was probably the best run blocking of the game so far. Oh my gosh. People on Twitter keep on calling Stoops Cooper Cup, Diet Cooper Cup. Oh my gosh. Oh, Tyler Davis is not suited up. I did not see that part of your comment, Adrian. Uh, yeah, good for Tyler Davis. He definitely had moments last year where he played very well as a like rotational piece. So I don't know how much of a role he will have, but Rams traditionally, as long as you're like top 45 of the 53, they don't play you. And if you're first or even second string, outside of like rookies that aren't like Puka, you'll play. So you have to be really elite to not play or hurt in the case of Ferguson. So so someone Twitter pointed out who got beat from Montfield on the overthrow or the potential overthrow TD. It was Robert Rochelle. Robert Rochelle, former Ram, got beat on that deep ball or potential. He got beat, but we didn't catch it. Not we, but Montfield didn't. few former Rams playing in this game on the Cowboys side. Mark Redman. We've seen that a few. I think that's a similar type of play that we scored with Higbee on against the Patriots. I almost feel like that's the Zach play, or like very similar. Very reminiscent of that play. Oh. Is that a hold? Cody Schrader with a decent run. So it looks like Corum and Levinson Jr., left tackle, got holding. Yeah, so it does look like Corum and Hunter, their days are done. So I would guess they're leaving in most of the rookies until the fourth quarter. I believe it was 3 quarters. And then they put in like practice squad, fringe roster players. High snap again. Okay. Decent run by Schrader. That was a solid juke there by Schrader to the right. Also, this game, I've seen other preseason games have it. They have the new like measuring system, going back to like how they didn't call the first down or did call first down, and went off of just like eye measurement. A good touchdown. That was a good series by Schrader. He, good pass by Bennett too. Bennett looks a lot better, man. Or guys, like just a lot better in general. His biggest mistake was an overthrow. It wasn't even the interception. Like the interception wasn't his fault at all. That was a great ball. He's thrown 2 great deep balls. One miscalculation, but like pretty flawless game. As much as you can have flawless in preseason. He's had a decent amount of drops by his wide receivers. Awesome touchdown there. Yeah, Cole on Twitter said this wide receiver core looks hecka deep, and I cannot agree more. Like, I'm trying to think, both Super Bowl runs, did we have a better or deeper like wide receiver core? Like in 21, we had Cooper Kupp. We had Deshaun Jackson going into that season. Robert Woods, cooked Robert Woods, to be honest, and then he got hurt. I can't remember if he got hurt early season. I want to say he played a few weeks and then got hurt. And then Deshaun Jackson decided to quit for some reason, for no reason. We didn't get Odell until later in the season, but outside of that, like, we didn't really have depth behind that was like meaningful. I guess you had Tutu, rookie year Tutu, which was fine, but not developed at all. And then, I know Jake Funk was that year, but he was a running back. I'm trying to think of the other dude. Skoranek. Yeah, Ben Skoranek was also on that depth chart. Just night and day. I think Mumpfield is miles ahead of Skoranek. Just like example-wise. I would even say like Mumpfield looks more explosive outside of speed than like Deshaun Jackson did that year. Just being like my personal opinion. (2018) Robert Woods, Cooks, Cooper, second year Cooper. Who else was on that depth chart? I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah. This is the one that I don't remember as much depth-wise. We still had Pharaoh Cooper. Kadero Hodge. So it was Cooper and Kadero Hodge. And Mike Thomas. Nick Williams. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's like you have the big three, but outside of that, just like nothing. Like depth-wise, like from top to bottom. I feel like we have way more dynamic. Our fourth wide receiver this year is like arguably better than maybe not better than Robert Woods in 2018. Probably not, but potentially. Robert Woods was good, but he wasn't great. So yeah, that's a good question. Like, what do people on the stream think about, like, is Whittington this year better or worse than Brandon Cooks in 2018? Definitely like 21. Yeah, we can definitely say 21, I think, safely. And unfortunately, a Cowboy is hurt right now. Hate to see that. Brennan Jackson, Elias Neal. Haven't seen anything out of the third string edges yet. It's been more secondary show in the fourth quarter. A lot of big hits. Especially by the linebackers, too. The linebackers had a really good game. They're struggling running and throwing over the middle. Yeah, Nate Val, he had a big hit on one of the Cowboys wide receivers. Ooh, good throw by Milton there. Best play of the day by them. Interesting. False start. Oh, good pressure there by 1 in 59. And Tony Fields shuts it down. I think that's Darian Kendrick, and I can't see who 55 is. Hey, hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Enjoying this beautiful Saturday night and thrilling preseason game. By far the best preseason game by the Rams, I would say, under Sean McVay. Not a high bar. Don't know what that is worth, but you know. Oh. Almost juked himself out. Let's give credit to this entire defensive side this game. They have done a great job in the red zone of forcing the Cowboys and getting two fourth down turnovers, of forcing the Cowboys into situations they don't want to be in. Wow, just you're not going anywhere. Ran straight. Yeah, the Rams focusing on the run. You can tell this entire front office, McVay, everyone was like, we cannot get ran on like we did against Barkley. That was our kryptonite defensively all year. Yeah, it false start on the Cowboys, so they moved back and had to throw. But really, that was one of our biggest issues defensively, was not being able to take down the quarterback early on in the season, not getting the sacks, not finishing those plays. And then also defensively, just not being able to stop explosive runs. And we lost our playoff game because of Saquon. That's a good pass. What? I don't know what he said, but that sounded interesting. I didn't completely hear it, but okay. Are the Cowboys going to make a late rally? I know all my Ram listeners are shaking in their boots this preseason game. That two good passes by Milton. He's starting to get comfortable, as you can tell the pressure isn't really the same as it was early in the game with our third level pass rushers. It's still there, and they're doing a great job stopping the run. But you can definitely see like a drop in pressure right now. And that comfortability is giving Milton, he just looks more confident, I would say. He has the same, slightly more time, but I don't know if you guys are watching on NFL Plus or not. I am, because, I like pain, but NFL Plus literally only has 2 commercials that it keeps on playing for me. So I love just watching the same thing over and over. It hasn't bothered me too much because I've been like talking, narrating, not really paying attention to the broadcast as much. Yeah. Good stat by Blaine, friend of the podcast. Rams defense in this preseason game gave up 1 yard in the first quarter. Good stuff there. It's been a very well coached, high functioning team this preseason game. And we've seen a lot of promising players too, that you can actually realistically see actually play big roles. Oh, Brendan Presley with a really good kick return up to the 42. But, the two people that I wanted to see mostly was Hunter and Mumpfield, right? I think Mumpfield has really lived up and kind of show like his high potential. Hunter, he's had good runs, But, a big part of running is also, like, the run blocking, and I would say these backup linemen run blocking has not been their best showing this day. The best looking back of the day, to be honest, has been Schrader. I'm going to be honest. Now, he's had the best looking blocking so far. I don't know if the Cowboys have rotated in their third level players or not. I'm not really going to go through the effort of like looking up the third level Cowboys and checking if they're in or not, but I would assume so. So that can kind of explain why the holes are a lot, let's say, more clean than they were. Schrader is just cooking. He's a monster. Ironically, I think Schrader is, I guess you could say Corum had really good 2 touchdowns, right? But Schrader might end up having 2 touchdowns at this rate. Really impressive stuff by him. His cuts are very electric. He's hitting the holes once he sees them. I feel like in the red zone of that first drive he was in, he hesitated slightly to hit the hole on his first run, but every other run I've seen, he hasn't hesitated. He's been like cooking. He's gashing this. He's gashing this backup Dallas line. This is impressive, to be honest. I don't know how impressive, like comparatively, but it's the same, if not better, line than we saw Ronnie Rivers just like a few seconds ago. And Schrader looks explosive. Oh, Ronnie Rivers went out with the injury. I did not see that. Well, praying for Ronnie Rivers. Hopefully he gets healthy. I don't know if he was trying to play through an injury too. Like sometimes you don't know that. But Schrader's getting more opportunities and he's doing a really good job. Yeah, people are in trouble. If we can run completely downhill, run in the red zone, and have Puka and Devontae slicing up defenses, able to take a shot at Tutu every so often. Heck, you can have Mumpfield, Higbee, and these tight ends just dominating over the middle of the field. This offense, top 10, potentially top 5. Probably the best offense we've seen since 2018. I mean, 21 was one of those offenses where they were very efficient, but they weren't as explosive as 2018 or 2017. So, like, will we see a return to form for the Sean McVay offense and a high level of explosives, chunk plays? And that's something where we had the dink and dunk a lot. And you even saw that some in 21 in certain games. Now, we still had explosives and we still had a good offense that year, but 2018 and 2017 were just something different, and we all remember that. They're going to keep on feeding Schrader. They're feeding him, and he got 5 yards after meeting contact, a yard. And oh, now we want to do the virtual measurement? Where was that when it was on 4th down? Oh, play action wide open. Yep. What a game. What a game by Bennett. He's just easy pitch and catch, man. Easy. They bit super hard. And having to defend like Kyron, Puka, Devontae, man, it makes you excited for the regular season, the potential of this offense. It really does. The directions we can go, and we'll be able to score from far out. We'll be able to score in the red zone. Hopefully, I think biggest key there is O-line health and keeping. I mentioned it earlier, not having high rotations, alignment coming in and out. Because last year is probably not going to happen very often where you have a high level amount of rotations and you still make the playoffs. Bennett looks like a NFL quarterback. He does. And half of y'all wanted to cut him. Let's be honest. Half of y'all did not want him on this team. And I get it. He hasn't looked pretty. I understand wanting him to go on the practice squad at points. But he looks like a competent backup. I wonder, do you guys think Stafford missing a lot of his snaps in the preseason will impact the offense at all? 2 years back to back slow starts for this team. Can we do that again? Can we afford Stafford starting slow? I don't think it would be necessarily Stafford, but really good push out there by 43. But can that connection between some of the new pieces in this offense, can they really gel, right? Can Ferguson gel with Stafford? Can Stafford gel with Adams? We'll see. I think the problem with Stafford sometimes is if he's not comfortable with you, for the most part, he's not going to throw to you. He gets very he definitely doesn't like the target. He likes to target one. He focuses targets most of the time, I think is what I'm trying to say there. So a few big runs here by Dallas. Oh, Milton got hurt? Interesting. Will Greer coming in as backup. Yeah, the Cowboys have had a lot of people injured, actually. Oh my gosh. Will Greer is my age. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. How to make you feel old. Oh, he almost fumbled that too. We're gonna have a Bennett money drive. Bennett money drive. Okay, okay. Got a little scramble here by Greer, and he's short. Solid drive here by the Cowboys. I'm personally not a big Dak fan. I put him kind of in the Kirk Cousins vein of everything around him has to be going very well. He'll make great throws. He will. And I'm trying to think. I think Dak is better throwing deep ball than Kirk. But like sometimes I feel like Kirk is probably a little bit more safer with the ball than Dak. Dak will just make weird plays or try to make weird plays and like cause turnovers. Now, overall, like you could also say like Kirk has had a better supporting cast, especially when he was with the Vikings. But Dak hasn't necessarily not had anyone. Yeah. They're really clamping up in the red zone outside of the last touchdown. Oh, that was a bad snap. Good run by Greer. Money drive. Money drive. They're probably gonna. I wonder if they're gonna try it onside. I don't even know if you can in the preseason. I would assume so. 10-point game. 2 possession. Got to give up 2 onside kicks potentially. It's been a good preseason game. It's actually competent offense. Competent offense. And defense has been good outside the fourth quarter, right? Should have expected the Greer keeper. Should have expected it, guys. Yeah, McVay is kicking himself. He was smiling before that keeper. So they punted it. Are they punting it? Oh, they did punt it. No. Okay, Dresser win. Dresser win time. It's win time, guys. Get that dub. Yeah, so answers or questions that got answered this game. Xavier Smith clearly winning out against Covey. Covey's still in the game now. Xavier Smith is not. I think Hunter and Corum is pretty balanced of a camp battle right now for running back 2. I'm pretty sure the Rams don't even know if they prefer one or the other. They might end up just doing it depending the situation. Both had solid day. Other people, the D line looked fantastic. Linebackers looked really good. A lot of hard hitting by the DBs. And Cody Schrader had a really good night, and so did Mumfield. Both of them were electric offensively. And Bennett proved why he should stay on the roster. He really did. One of the best preseason games we have seen from Rams backup running or quarterback. Two-minute warning. Good preseason opener. Let's look at depth chart. What else are depth-wise can we take from this? Josiah, I don't think he played past the second half or second quarter. Josiah Stewart looked really good. especially in the second quarter. I didn't notice him necessarily in the first quarter, but I was also like not particularly looking. But I think he's going to be a really good player for us. I didn't notice Ty Hamilton at all. He could have not played, but I'm pretty sure he did play. Doesn't mean he won't be a good player, right? Like there's a lot that goes into that. O-line depth looks above average to good. Limmer had a good game. I would expect that. He was probably the best O-lineman. Left side looked shaky at times. Quisenberry looked a little shaky. Akiri on the left side looked a little shaky. A lot better when he got moved on the right. And McClendon looked good when he was in there too, on the right side. So. Yeah, they just also mentioned in the broadcast Willie Lampkin played great too. I think only in the second half. And that is game. Yeah, good preseason game all around. Entertaining. Thank you guys for all joining the stream. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching the game, talking with some of y'all. Really liked the comments. I really hope you guys enjoy like the rest of your weekend. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm really pumped. I think this is definitely going to be a season to remember, and hopefully for all the good reasons. But I am officially going to sign off. Good game to the Cowboys, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And, horns up.